There is a petition to remove Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from the Queen's Commonwealth Trust as president and vice president. Okay, they no longer live in England. Meghan is not a citizen of any Commonwealth nation. She is not becoming a citizen of the Commonwealth nation. Neither of them live in the Commonwealth, and they're leaving the royal family. So why are Harry and Meghan still president and vice president of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust? And because of the most recent statements on the Queen's Commonwealth Trust, people are screaming. Okay, so this petition is on change.org. You can sign it. 4,067 people have signed. They're trying to get to 5,000 people. They're going to get to 5,000 today. So if you feel like signing that, now is a good time. Okay, so Prince Harry is urged to stop listening to Meghan Markle after insulting the Queen with public comments. They didn't have to make these comments on the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. They could have made them elsewhere, anywhere else. Here's the quote. "When you look across the Commonwealth, there is no way that we can move forward unless we acknowledge the past," Harry said. "So many people have done such an amazing, incredible job of acknowledging the past and trying to right those wrongs, but I think we all acknowledge there is so much more still to do." I don't like the way he phrased that. It's not going to be easy. In some cases, it's not going to be comfortable, but it needs to be done because guess what? Everybody benefits. Okay, and here's the analysis. Earlier this week, Harry, 35, faced criticism after he appeared to take a swipe at the British Empire by saying the history of the Commonwealth must be acknowledged, even if it's uncomfortable. Okay, these really sound like Meghan's words. Okay, and people are saying, stop saying Meghan's words. I agree. Harry never spoke like this before marrying Meghan. And Meghan was not like this before marriage, and then she went full-on SJW after marriage. So here's the other side. The Queen fully understood Prince Harry's Commonwealth comments, says appear. And the person saying this is the president of the Commonwealth Trust, Lord Howell of Guildford. He's the president of the Royal Commonwealth Society, and he said the Queen would have understood the Duke's message. Is the Queen okay with this, or is she really uncomfortable that they're using the Queen's Commonwealth Trust for a political platform to make partisan political speeches? Is she playing the long game? And she's just waiting and seeing and, not complaining, not explaining, but making her moves behind the scenes. I tend to think this is what the Queen is doing. She's not going to go flying off the handle and saying, "Ow, I can't believe you said that." Is Meghan intentionally trying to poison Harry's path back to the royals? Boy, that actually seems like something Meghan would do. Does Harry actually believe the words that he's speaking, that he is completely in control of these words, that these are his thoughts and feelings and ideas? Or is he just a hand puppet for Meghan now? Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Will Harry and Meghan be removed from the Queen's Commonwealth Trust? I mean, in the long game, they're leaving the royal family. How can they possibly represent the Queen's Commonwealth Trust? Meghan's not even a citizen of the Commonwealth. She's no longer becoming a citizen of the Commonwealth. She doesn't live in the Commonwealth. How can you represent the Commonwealth? And they're not really representing the Commonwealth anymore. So I wonder if they're going to be removed at the end of the 1 year if Harry doesn't return and leave Meghan, because there's no way Meghan is returning to the royal family. I think she's chosen the royals and the Queen herself as an enemy. The Queen, Charles, William, she's chosen them as an enemy to destroy, and there's no win-win with Meghan. If Meghan wins, you lose. Okay, and if Meghan wins, Harry loses. And Harry hasn't figured this out yet. And if he doesn't figure it out before, you know, she finishes him off, it's going to be too late. The damage will already be done. So will Harry and Meghan be removed as president and vice president of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust? Let's see what the cards want to tell us. Big change. Well, we have 8 spades kicked out here. Let's see what we've got. Big change, strength, the rooting, big change in the situation and the rooting and the future direction. 18, 5 diamonds. So the Queen is very cognizant of the huge changes that have occurred with Harry and Meghan leaving. Hamster wheel, a trip overseas, far away. Okay, and they keep doing the same thing. I mean, Meghan is just going to hammer this. You know, the things that the royal family does is they celebrate England. They celebrate the history of England. They celebrate all the good things that they've done. What's something good that England has done? Well, they started America. Okay, look at these protesters. What are they doing? They're tearing down monuments and spewing hate and trying to, and basically saying all of the history is terrible. That is the opposite of what the royal family does. They celebrate England and their history and their cultural heritage. Okay, so Meghan is doing exactly the opposite. She sees everything through the glass of imperialism, bigotry, whatever. That is the opposite, and you cannot use the Commonwealth Trust or the Queen's resources or the resources of the royal family to tear down the history and the name of the Commonwealth. Okay, so they're in direct opposition. You can't, okay, is there a place for these opposing voices? Yeah, it's called freedom of speech, but that place is not within the royal family. That's what people are reacting to. So on top, we have the player. The player is very temporary. The player is making a play. The player is very public. So very public. Magi, diamond ring, Trinity working together, manifesting cooperation, working together, but taking steps to kick them out. Okay, so in the near term, we're not going to see a ripple on the water. The Queen's not going to make any moves that we're going to see. Beneath the surface, she's making her moves to eventually kick them out. So this is the long game, and the long game is we have a hard deadline. Well, we have a deadline. I don't know how hard it is. They can move the deadline again. But the deadline is next March. Okay, Harry and Meghan, you're out completely. You're out next March. So that's what they're looking forward to. It's kind of in the future. But the situation that got them, Harry was already president of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. When Meghan joined him in marriage, then she became vice president. Okay, that situation has radically changed by them leaving the royal family. And that's not done until March. And it's a progressive thing. He just keeps losing more and more and more the longer he stays away. Yeah. So I think in the future, they are looking at it. They're looking at this incident, and they're looking to, they will remove this eventually. Okay, we have the president of the Royal Commonwealth Trust or whatever coming out and saying, oh yeah, the Queen loves it. Well, does she love it? I mean, is she fine with this? Or is she like, behind closed doors, she has a stomach ache. and she's upset about it. So let's look at Harry and Meghan and the Queen. Is the Queen fine with this? With this overly political pontificating? Meghan and Harry. Oh, wow. Oh, dear. Why is that 10 spades there? The Queen. So do we have the Queen being okay with it? Family, angel, decisions. 9 and 11, 5 spades. So we have 2 5 spades. I'm sorry, we have 2 5s. And 5s are change. This changes things for her. This is the public appearance. She is an angel. She's taking care of Harry, her grandson, their family, home. But this changes things, and it's a problem. This changes things, and it's a problem. She's not a micromanager. She wants you to, a really good manager, a really good leader, and I've done some of this. You want your people to grow into it. Like I used to feed the homeless, and I had a guy, Bob, who he was a cook. He was a chef, and he just started. We had to make, I don't know, 30 gallons of soup every time, and he just took that over, and he was really, really great at it. Okay, I didn't interfere with him at all. And then each person, I had this next person, another person, every person did something different, and I just let them run with it. They love it. Okay, that's how the Queen is managing them. Just, hey, do whatever you feel, and if it's bad, if it's wrong, if it's not working out, she'll let you know. She'll course correct you, but she really just lets the royals under her. Who's under the Queen? Everybody. She lets all the royals are under the Queen. Okay, she's the head. If they screw up, she'll course correct them, but she just lets them run. She lets them do what they do, what they do, what they do. Over here on, and that's really good management. That is the best kind of management. And I know this firsthand. Okay, so underneath, I'm sorry, for Harry and Meghan, we have earthquake, officially disaster, and finger of God. Oh dear, 1926. So someone from the royal family has reached out to them and said, what are you doing? You know, I know you're in California. I mean, did you get the cannabis cards or something? I mean, what are you thinking? So this was, and I told you I lived in California, both north and south, and every night around 9 o'clock I would smell cannabis. So, and I had some other people commenting, oh, I live in California, I never smell that. Well, every night, both north and south, and I lived like 5 different places, I smelled cannabis every night. Okay, so it's quite common over there. All right, so they realize this is a mistake, or officially trying to completely tear down the royal family. Either they feel like this is a huge mistake, they've been told that this is a big mistake, that this is really outside the purview of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust, or this is a very, they've come out of the closet and this is a very clear intention to tear down the royal family. It's one or the other, but it's not good. Harry and Meghan realize that they're off topic, they're off message. They're not messaging according to what the Queen's Commonwealth Trust is about at all. And I think it's dedicated toward youth, okay? Commonwealth youth. And I'm not sure what any of what they said has to do with Commonwealth youth. All right, handcuffs and ruler joined to the king, 1315. They're joined to, it's directly joined to the royal family. Soured relationship, and these are very emotional cards. Water into wine, cup overflowing, speaking just, and 24, 6 spades 2 times, speaking just from their emotions. Don't bother me with the facts, just all emotions. Okay, so the Queen doesn't like it, and I think somebody may have reached out to Harry and Meghan and said, that was a really bad move, or this says that this is a full-on, they've declared war. Meghan has declared war, and I don't think she's going to tell Harry. But it's clear that Meghan is at war with the Queen and the royal family, and Charles. And in a previous reading, I said, well, Charles just needs to take away the money because she is using his money to attack him. Is Meghan intentionally trying to poison Harry's path back to the royals? Because she's separated from him from all of his friends. She got rid of his advisor who shepherded him, his great advisor who shepherded him through hey, it's a great idea. What a great idea. I'm just going to wear a Nazi uniform for Halloween. That was not a great idea. I'm just going to do some naked billiards in Las Vegas and people are going to take pictures of it. Yeah, that was not a great idea. And other various things. She got rid of his advisor who was with him from beginning and shepherded him through everything. She got rid of all his friends. She took him out of the country. She got him out of the royal family. She's clearly working an isolation strategy on him. Maybe he's hanging out with Adele, and Adele is like, I'll take care of you, baby. Like that. But is Meghan intentionally trying to poison Harry's path back to the royals? Because if she is poisoning his path back, is she doing it intentionally? Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Well, here we have the devil showing. 9 hearts, devil. The key is she's the devil. Queen of Spades. Nobody looks further than the Queen of... No one looks further into the future than the Queen of Spades. She is really working a plan. She'll do anything. She's working, I love you. She's working the close relationship. But she is... No one's more vengeful than the snake. No one's more malicious than the devil. She has the 2 worst cards, and she has 9 hearts. She really has a plan, and she's working. The key is the close 9 hearts, 2 hearts. The key is the marriage and the very close relationship. I love you, but I'm killing you. That's not poison in your wine glass. Here, drink the wine, drink the wine. She is absolutely destroying him underneath, and that is her plan. She's absolutely destroying him. Right on the surface, we also have the fox. We have the 2 most clever cards, and we have the most malicious card. We have the snake and the fox, the most clever cards. We have the marriage. We have planting the seed. 12 and 8, 5 spades. Yeah, so she has a plan. She has a plan against the family. And is she intentionally trying to poison his way back? Yes, absolutely. She has a plan, and she's using the close relationship. It's very bad. Very, very bad. And, that's probably malignant narcissism. A malignant narcissist, anybody that gets close to them, you exist. For a malignant narcissist, anybody else exists only to serve the narcissist. Okay, and a malignant narcissist, they destroy everyone around them. Because you exist only for them, and they use you up, and it's like a competition. They have to feel that they're better than you, and so a really good way for them to feel that they're better than you is to completely destroy the other person. And so they destroy everyone around them. Does Harry believe the words he's speaking, or is he just simply completely controlled by Meghan, and he's like asleep? Well, I had a fallout. Look at that. Does Harry believe the words he's speaking, or is he just completely controlled by Meghan? And we got to use this 2 spades here. Does Harry believe the words he's speaking, or is he controlled?
opportunity to speak at through the electronic media, 17. Everything, 8 diamonds is everything material. 17 and 4, 21, 6 hearts. He, on the surface, this is just what's on his mind, what's happening now, and he's speaking on it. Underneath, a decision by the woman to expose these things. 7 spades, veil, and she's working a separation. She's secretly working a separation strategy, for, to further alienate. So underneath. He believes, he's so blind that he believes this is just what's happening now, and he's speaking on current issues because stuff that is happening now, it is a good idea to address it. Okay, one of the things that the royals just did is they had to clap for the carers, and they led that. There was a worldwide bug, and so the royals jumped in and they started leading by example. Clap for the carers. That's 4 clubs energy. That's speaking on the issues of today. It's a crisis. We're getting in front of the crisis, and we're going to lead you out of the crisis. British people loved it. It's a great thing to do. Presidents, leaders, kings and queens, they shine during a crisis because they lead strongly their people. That's what Harry thought he was doing. Okay, he thinks because of all these riots and all this turmoil going on, he believes that this is his opportunity to speak on current events and what's going on in the world and to lead the people. Well, number one, he's not in that position anymore because he left the royal family. And number two, it's completely inappropriate to use any of the royal family things like the Commonwealth Trust. But what's really going on is this is Meghan's plan. This is Meghan's secret plan. 7 spades is mirroring the woman, her secret plan to cut and separate him from the royal family. 9, 10, 22, 23, 6 clubs, the deeply rooted family. So she's really working her long-term nefarious strategy, and she's going to use everything. I predict that she's going to absolutely destroy him, and Harry will be unrecognizable, as a person. And people are even pointing out, they're seeing Harry. Harry's always looking downcast. He's looking very pale. He's looking very stressed. He's not even looking like an attractive man anymore. He just doesn't look like himself. She's beaten him down so bad, he just doesn't even look like Harry anymore. He definitely doesn't look like a prince. He doesn't look like, who is this guy? Is this some homeless guy who just walked on the scene? And, what's happening with it? Are you even feeding him? I mean, for goodness sake. I mean, he just doesn't look well. All right, so let's review. Will they be removed from the Queen's Commonwealth Trust? Things have really changed. It is the long game. And on the surface, they are going to work with Harry and Meghan in the near future. We're not going to see anything immediately. Nobody's going to go popping off and saying angry words. Okay. But they are working to, it's in the cards. Literally. It's in the cards. They're going to remove the Commonwealth Trust from Harry and Meghan. It's just a matter of time. It's the long game. The Queen is playing a chess game. She's not going to tell you what she's up to until you see it. And just like removing Sussex Royal, they were putting everything on Sussex Royal, and then the Queen said, you can't use Sussex Royal. And a lot of thought and a lot of planning and a lot of discussion went into that, and then she pulls the trigger and everything changes. That's what's going to happen there. How does the Queen feel about this? She is an angel. She's taking care of her grandchildren. This is a family, but this is changing things. Each thing is crossroads, 2 5s, 5 clubs and 5 spades add. It's changing things, and this is a problem. She's a really good leader, really good manager. She just lets her people run with it and do their thing and grow into, 10 2 heads are better than 1, 10 heads are better than 1, 20 heads are better than 1, and that's how she manages. She lets people think for themselves. Over here, either Harry and Meghan realize what a disaster this is, or someone reached out to them. So did someone reach out? Okay, have they declared war? Okay, either they declared war and they're just open with their hostility now to the crown, or somebody told them, hey, look, that's not gonna fly. Did they declare war? 6 diamonds working together in the family, war the city, 12, 20. They didn't declare war. Somebody reached out to them. There's a lot of people in the royal family. Somebody reached out to them and said, you know, not a good look, not working out, not great. They're officially working with the royal family. They're speaking this poisonous emotional narrative. Why am I saying it that way? Because 6 spades is showing up. But a house divided will fall. The royal family is about celebrating England and the Commonwealth. It's not about tearing it down. And that's what Meghan and Harry are doing. They're tearing down the Commonwealth just the same way the rioters are tearing down these statues. And they're so dumb, these rioters, they're actually tearing down abolitionist statues and great leaders, Lincoln and people who led the fight to abolish slavery. And, you know, slavery exists everywhere and still exists in many places in the world right now, and they're not saying anything. And they join with people who actually practice slavery right now, and they're saying they're against slavery. It's madness. Okay, and and the abolitionists of slavery in the West, they're complaining about the people who abolished slavery. It's strange. Okay, is Meghan intentionally poisoning Harry's way? Yeah, clever plan. Definitely. She is. I'm beginning to think she's a malignant narcissist. Okay, she has absolutely a plan and she's carrying it out. Does Harry believe these words, or is he controlled? He's absolutely controlled, and he believes that these are his words. That's worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. You need to get a hold of Harry, put him on a plane, and deprogram him immediately. You know, and do like Clockwork Orange stuff, pry his eyes open and make him watch films and talk to him. Stuff like that. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment.